elections in Tamil Nadu, big update coming in. O. Paneerselvam has now officially joined the DMK in the presence of the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin. Let's go across to my colleague Dharani joining us on the broadcast. So Dharani, ahead of the elections, this is a big twist at a time when the NDA was also trying to solidify its presence, trying to bring in separate factions of the AIADMK. O. Paneerselvam has officially joined the DMK. What are the details? What does this mean for the DMK and the NDA ahead of the polls?
Well, we are showing you live visuals of Deputy Chief Minister Udayanidhi Stalin leaving the DMK headquarters after OPS joined their party formally. In fact, in a short while from now, we can expect OPS to hold a presser outside the DMK headquarters, and all the senior ministers of the DMK, such as Raghupati, Thangam Thennarasu, MRK, Paneerselvam, Shekhar Babu, etc. They're all seen coming out of the DMK headquarters. There is a lot of movements that is currently unfolding here. And talking about how much of a big advantage this is for the DMK. OPS belongs to the Devar community, which is very prominent in the southern region of Tamil Nadu, especially in districts such as Madurai and Theni. OPS has a good chunk of supporter base, and in assembly constituencies like Perikolam and Bodi Naikanur, OPS and his family, they command a good support. So in that sense, this will be a good advantage for the DMK in that geographical area. Otherwise, OPS is definitely not seen as a very mass leader. He is a long-time loyalist of former Chief Ministers J. Jayalalitha and MGR. In fact, he has been the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. He had been the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu thrice in the past. On a couple of occasions when J. Jayalalitha had to step down from a Chief Ministerial post for various reasons, she chose OPS to be her temporary replacement. So in that way, he had earned the trustworthiness of J. Jayalalitha very well in the past. But with such a political history, with such an experience in ADMK, and with such a known loyalty towards ADMK icons J. Jayalalitha and MGR, now OPS has taken a big U-turn. He has taken a very unprecedented decision to join the DMK today, but the DMK camp seems pretty happy because here in front of the DMK headquarters we could see a huge crowd. These are mostly supporters of OPS. They've come from different parts of Tamil Nadu to witness their leader joining the DMK today formally. So in a short while from now, OPS will be coming out of the DMK headquarters and he'll be addressing the media. He will explain to the media the reasoning behind this decision, what made him choose the DMK, and how he is going to indulge in his politics henceforth, because for the past 4 decades almost, he is always considered, or he is always seen the DMK as his political rival. His politics was always against the DMK, but now his politics is going to be for the DMK. He's going to be a DMK man. So how is he going to adapt to this sudden change, and what was the reasoning behind this sudden change is something that OPS is expected to explain to the media in a short while from now. And talking about the NDA camp, the NDA has also been trying to woo EPS. In fact, last year around November, OPS decided to quit the NDA alliance. In 2024, OPS had been part of the NDA alliance. He supported the Prime Minister for a third term, Prime Minister Narendra Modi for a third term. So this was in 2024 parliamentary elections. Following that, because of some difference of opinions and because of some misunderstandings that happened within that alliance, OPS had to quit the NDA. But ever since he quit the NDA last year, several NDA leaders such as K. Annamalai, Nayanar Nagendran, etc., they've been trying to bring him back to their fold. In fact, K. Annamalai on multiple occasions has expressed his wish for O. Paneerselvam to come back to the NDA, and he's been making consistent efforts also for the same. He's been in touch with OPS, and he's been trying to convince OPS to get back, to get him back into NDA. But it looks like the efforts made by K. Annamalai and the efforts made by Nayanar Nagendran, they have not borne any fruit, because now OPS has taken a completely different decision. He has taken a decision to join the DMK camp, and he is in fact going to be part of the DMK camp in this upcoming assembly elections. And sources tell us that OPS will most likely be getting the Bodi Naikanur assembly constituency to contest from as part of the DMK alliance. He'll be contesting from Bodi Naikanur as a DMK member, is what a source reports tell us. So currently at present, OPS is already an existing MLA from Bodinaikanur, and he will continue to contest from the same seat but in a different party symbol. That is the DMK symbol is what we are given to understand. So that is one.
Just a moment, I'll come back to you for those ground updates. Do stay with us. I want to introduce Mr. Saravanan of the DMK also joining us on the broadcast. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Saravanan. Is the DMK viewing this as a big boost ahead of the elections? Mr. O. Paneerselvam joining the DMK.
Absolutely. Look at the perception. A three-time chief minister ahead of elections joining DMK. He has joined DMK because DMK is the only party for people of such caliber. DMK is the only party which accepts them, can satisfy the aspirations of leaders like him. And DMK is the only party which works for the welfare of the people of Tamil Nadu. And Mr. O. Paneerselvam has understood all of this. That is why he is chosen to join the DMK party. Three-time chief minister. I think no other president would be there in history of Indian politics that a three-time chief minister of a particular party coming and joining the party which it had opposed just ahead of elections. See, if it had been at any other time, we could say we can just brush off that this is what it is. But ahead of elections shows the kind of confidence Mr. O. Paneerselvam has had in our leader, Mr. M.K. Stalin. This shows what a capable leader, what a rock star chief minister we have in Mr. M.K. Stalin. If not for him, I don't think this would have been a possibility.
Okay. In fact, Paneerselvam was known as a very trusted aide of Jayalalitha, of Amma as well. But what is the kind of political support that you expect from his inclusion into the DMK? Because the NDA had also been trying to get him into the NDA fold.
See, it shows, it paints Mr. Edappadi Palaniswamy in poor light. He is someone who is insecure. He is someone who is incapable of leading a political party. How can you expect that the people will support him when he is insecure of another leader? And how the people of Tamil Nadu will trust him with the leadership of the state? He has already lost the election. And he tried his best. Mr. O. Paneerselvam tried his best to be the part of ADMK. But he was shunned out. And Mr. O. Paneerselvam thought, in this dire situation, we have the DMK. Let's not forget that ADMK was a party which was born out of DMK. Its founder, ADMK's founder, Mr. M.G. Ramachandran, was the treasurer of our party, and he split from our party in 1977 and started this.
Okay, all right. But do you think that there may be a perception as well that he was somebody who was known to be loyal to Jayalalitha, now switching over to the DMK? And, if you can tell us a little bit about the talks that went on in bringing him on board as well, because there were efforts made even up to last week by the BJP to get him on board.
Let's understand one thing very, very clear. It's very true that Mr. O. Paneerselvam was the trusted ally of Madam Jayalalitha, but the way the BJP has treated him, the way ADMK, Mr. Edappadi Palaniswamy has treated him, has made him very frustrated. I don't think he deserves such a treatment. Just because one leader felt very insecure of the caliber of Mr. O. Paneerselvam. And he knew pretty well that the BJP has run its course. Even the union government, they're in the 12th year. So there is not much. And in the state of Tamil Nadu, BJP will not be able to achieve any significant political victory. Probably that prompted Mr. O. Paneerselvam to join the DMK. See, the most important aspect is, for a politician, a three-time chief minister, is to see doing the right thing. I think he has done the right thing by joining DMK.
Okay, all right. Mr. Saravanan, thank you for joining us. So the DMK is saying it's a big boost. Mr. Paneerselvam was known as a close associate and a loyalist of Amma, has now joined the DMK. And Dharani is also live with us. She's getting us the live updates as well from the spot. In a short while from now, like she mentioned, we will also be seeing a presser. And Dharani, there are a lot of questions on what went wrong because the NDA was also trying to reach out to OPS. He decided to join the DMK. What are you picking up on what actually happened? The inside story of how O Pannirselvam decided to switch over to the DMK because the BJP had also been making efforts to bring him on board.
Well, in fact, we are showing you visuals from in front of the DMK headquarters here. OPS is likely to come out of the DMK headquarters very soon. In a short while from now, he will be coming out of the DMK headquarters. And what we're learning through sources is that he was unhappy, OPS was unhappy with the BJP. For not convincing EPS to let him join the alliance because EPS was very stubborn that OPS should not be part of the alliance, and the BJP was not able to convince him otherwise. So this is the reason behind his disappointment is what sources tell us. So that is why he has now taken a decision to join the DMK, and he is in fact formally join the DMK. We have hundreds of supporters of OPS and the DMK, both of them in front of the party's headquarters here, and in a short while from now, OPS will be coming out of the DMK headquarters. He will be meeting the press, and he will have to give a very big justification because in fact for almost 4 decades now his politics has always been against the DMK. He has spoken
always been the standing chief minister, somebody that Jayalalitha trusted very closely as well. Dharini, just a moment to stay with us. Let's give our viewers more updates coming in. This is, of course, a big boost to the DMK ahead of the elections with the expelled AIADMK leader O Pannirselvam officially joining the DMK. Now, as he has joined, let's also get you details of what actually happened. The scoop on how he joined and what is expected now. He will be joining from he will be contesting from his constituency, and Dharini is getting us these details. So, Dharini, what is the kind of boost that the DMK is expecting with Pannirselvam's switch to the party, and what are the promises that have been made to him?
Well, sources tell us that OPS will be given the Bodinaikanur assembly seat to contest from this time as well, because at the moment he is an existing MLA from the Bodinaikanur assembly constituency, and this will continue in 2026 assembly polls also. As part of the DMK, OPS will be given the Bodinaikanur assembly seat is what sources are telling. And as far as the reasoning behind his decision is concerned, he was upset with the BJP for not being able to convince EPS into letting him join the NDA alliance. That was the reason why OPS has now chosen to join the DMK is what sources tell us. So as far as his assembly constituency, his potential assembly constituency for the upcoming assembly battle in Tamil Nadu is concerned, OPS is likely to contest from the Bodinaikanur assembly constituency, and that is his existing assembly seat. He is already an MLA from Bodinaikanur, and he will continue to represent the Bodinaikanur in case if he wins the assembly elections in 2026 as well, but from the DMK symbol, because the last time he contested from ADMK symbol, but this time if he is going to contest the same seat, the only difference that we'll be able to see is that he'll be contesting from the rising sun symbol instead of the 2-leaf symbol. That is going to be the major difference that we'll be seeing on the ground this time, and also it remains to be seen how the supporters of OPS they are going to take this decision from him, because for almost 4 decades now they've been supporting OPS thinking that he's an ADMK man. They've been supporting OPS thinking that he's remaining loyal to the trustworthiness that Jayalalitha had towards him. So now that he's decided to join the ADMK's arch rival, that is the DMK, it remains to be seen how the supporters of OPS they are going to take this decision, whether they'll be supporting OPS at this point or whether they'll be disappointed is something that remains to be seen. So we have TK Zelangovan. Sir, how do you see this development?
What seems to be the advantage?
Okay.
See, that shows that. Tell me, sir.
Please continue, sir. Continue, sir.
Just one second.
What was the reasoning behind? How did you bring OPS
your
here?
party?
See, he was the senior leader of the ADMK. He was thrice selected by Jayalalitha herself as to run the state as chief minister. He was the choice of Jayalalitha. But EPS had sidelined him. He did not give respect to him. He had manipulated his position as chief minister, and he does not even respect him.
But he has been a major critic of AIDMK earlier.
That apart.
All forgotten.
No. See, when he is in ADMK, it was a fight between DMK and ADMK. But still, what EPS is, he had fallen at the feet of BJP. So, nobody will try to join that party.
So will he be given the same Bodhi Naikanur constituency? Will he be given the same Bodhi Naikanur
BJP
constituency?
earlier.
No, that was when the party was with them, he was with them.
Will he be given the same Bodhi Naikanur constituency to contest?
I don't know, that our leader will decide.
What is the role of OPS in DMK right now, sir?
Will he be given a
He
position?
will work for the victory of DMK now.
Will he be given a position? Will he be given a
No,
position?
it is for the...
OPS bring to DMK?
He had brought many senior leaders from ADMK. They have all joined together and they will work for DMK.
Community you are trying?
No, it is not the question of community. He was a senior leader of the ADMK. He did not get any respect in that party. He had joined us as a political...
EPS has told.
Sign of desperation.
See, I'll tell you, many people were critical about DMK when they are in their opposition parties. We had a fight, but when we were before 1967, our fight was against Congress only. Then subsequently, Congress is with us now. So politically...
So the DMK is saying, Paneerselvam, welcome to the party, and going on to say that this is going to be a big message to the people of Tamil Nadu as well, that many senior leaders of the AIADMK believe in the leadership of Stalin. That's what the DMK has gone on to claim. We have more breaking updates now coming in. Let's get you details of what actually happened. The scoop on why O. Paneerselvam actually decided to switch over to the DMK. And O. Paneerselvam has said that he was extremely unhappy with the BJP, that they were not able to convince EPS to let him join the alliance, and they were not helping him in any way. So he was quite upset with the BJP. My colleague Dharani is getting us these details. In fact, the DMK leaders also went on to say that he didn't see any leadership for him, or he didn't see the NDA alliance going anywhere, and that's the reason why he decided to join the DMK. That's what the DMK has been saying. Sources also indicating that O. Paneerselvam had kept the doors open. He had talks going on. Multiple leaders from the BJP had also reached out to him. They had also appealed to him to join the NDA. But EPS was not too happy with him, was not willing to take him into the NDA fold. So O. Paneerselvam felt let down by the BJP leaders, so he was unhappy with the way things were going, and that's the reason why he decided to join the DMK. Dharani is getting us these details. So Dharani, OPS very clearly was quite unhappy with the BJP, and EPS had also made it quite clear that he cannot be a part of the same NDA faction when he is part of the NDA. What actually led to the fallout that led him to the DMK?
Well, so last year in 2025, OPS had quit the NDA, citing a lot of misunderstandings and difference of opinions. So since then, the BJP has been trying to bring him back into the NDA fold. In fact, several BJP leaders such as K. Annamalai and Nayanar Nagendran, they've told on record that they wish OPS to join the NDA back. But what we're given to understand is that the present General Secretary of AIADMK, Edappadi K. Palaniswamy, he was not okay with this. He did not want OPS to be part of the NDA alliance, and he was not okay with this idea. So OPS, after point, he got upset with the BJP that they were not able to convince Edappadi Palaniswamy into letting him join the NDA alliance, and that is why now he has taken this decision. Is what sources tell us. There is a lot of commotion. There is a lot of movement in front of the DMK headquarters at this moment. In a short while from now, any time from now, OPS will come out and he'll be holding a press conference in which he will explain the reasoning behind his decision. It looks like OPS is in fact coming out of the DMK headquarters. We are showing you live visuals from the DMK headquarters. It looks like Mr. OPS is coming out of the DMK headquarters. So he will have to do a lot of explaining because, in fact, yes, OPS is coming out of the DMK headquarters. We are getting you the first visuals of OPS coming out of the DMK DMK headquarters after formally joining the DMK. So he is coming out of the DMK headquarters and we could see hundreds of supporters. They are thronging him and they're trying to get close to him. And in a few minutes from now, OPS will be meeting
O. Paneerselvam as the DMK leader. Stepping out from there, he will be addressing the media. Dharini, I'll come to you in just a moment. First visuals coming in of O. Paneerselvam after he joined the DMK. We have Mr. Narayan Tirupati on the broadcast with us. Thank you for joining us to get a BJP perspective on what the BJP thinks of it. Of course, for the voters as well, this would have been a moment that they may not have expected. O. Paneerselvam, a very trusted aide of Jayalalitha, now a part of the DMK, Mr. Narayan Tirupati.
He has opened, he has very clearly exposed himself that he is the most opportunist politician this country has ever faced. The AIADMK, in which O. Paneerselvam was the chief minister also, the AIADMK was started by Mr. M.G. Ramachandran to oppose tooth and nail the DMK. And also Selvi Jayalalitha, till her last breath, she was opposing the DMK like anything. But betraying everyone, betraying the AIADMK, betraying MGR, betraying Jayalalitha, betraying the people of Tamil Nadu, Mr. O. Paneerselvam has joined the DMK, shows the opportunistic attitude of Mr. O. Paneerselvam. The public, the people will never forgive Mr. O. Paneerselvam and also the DMK for this, because the DMK also has been opposing O. Paneerselvam. And this is actually will weaken the DMK alliance and also Mr. OPS.
Okay, all right. So you're saying that you have, the BJP looks at it as a betrayal, that he has exposed himself. That's what you're saying. But can you also tell us what went wrong? Because clearly sources indicating that he was upset with the BJP not ensuring that he would be a part of the NDA.
If he is not happy with BJP, then he should have stuck on to AIADMK. What is he saying? See, he is not happy with BJP, means why should he leave AIADMK? And we all know what all he has done. So it is a betrayal of people by Mr. OPS. I don't think there is any big points to even discuss about this. It is total betrayal and unfortunate.
That's what you're calling him. Mr. Narayan Tirupati, thank you for joining us. In fact, we have a live presser coming in. Let's cut across.
திமுகவில் தாய் கழகமான திமுகவில் மகிழ்ச்சியோடு என்னை இணைத்துக் கொண்டிருக்கிறேன். என்னை இணைத்துக் கொண்டிருக்கின்ற திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகத்தினுடைய தலைவர் மாண்புமிகு தமிழ்நாடு முதலமைச்சர் தளபதி அவர்களுக்கு என்னுடைய முதல் நன்றியும் வணக்கத்தையும் இந்த நல்ல நேரத்திலே தெரிவித்துக் கொள்ள கடமைப்பட்டிருக்கிறேன். இன்றைக்கு அரசியலில்
letting me part of the DMK, I want to thank the Chief Minister for my inclusion in the DMK in his presence.
அரவணைத்து செல்கின்ற ஒரு அரசியல் பண்பாரோடு தளபதி அவர்கள் கட்சியையும் ஆட்சியும் வழிநடத்திக் கொண்டிருக்கிறார் என்பதை நான் நன்றாகவே உணர்ந்து
Talapati Stalin has been leading a great governance in the state of Tamil Nadu. He has been trying to provide an inclusive governance following the footsteps of his father, Kalaignar Karunanidhi.
ஆணவ போக்கோடு நடந்து கொள்கின்ற எடப்பாடி எந்த காலத்திலும் இனி அரசியலில் வெற்றி பெற முடியாத ஒரு சூழ்நிலையை அதிமுகவுக்கு உருவாக்கி இருக்கிறார்.
EPS has been behaving with an authoritarian attitude. ADMK General Secretary Edappadi Palaniswamy has been very arrogant and he's been expressing an authoritarian attitude. But the DMK will make sure that he never comes back to power.
இன்றைக்கு தளபதி அவருடைய தலைமையை ஏற்று திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகத்தில் தங்களை இணைத்துக் கொண்டிருக்கிறார்கள் என்று நாடு
Because of the weak leadership of Edappadi Palaniswamy, many ADMK functionaries and cadres, they are constantly quitting that party and they are joining the DMK.
எப்படி நடத்த வேண்டும் என்ற இலக்கணத்தோடு தளபதி அவர்கள் திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகத்தை வழிநடத்தி சென்று கொண்டிருக்கிறார்கள். அதே போல ஆட்சியில் கடந்த 5 ஆண்டு காலம்
Thalapathy Stalin is setting an example to other political leaders on how to lead a party.
அனைத்து நிலைகளிலும் அனைத்து துறைகளிலும் நின்று ஒரு சிறப்பான ஆட்சியை நாட்டு மக்களுக்கு அர்ப்பணிக்கிற நோக்கத்தோடு தளபதி அவர்கள்
Thalapathy Stalin has been providing a very amazing governance for the people of Tamil Nadu. It is a golden era for Tamil Nadu.
நாடு உன்னிப்பாக கவனித்துக் கொண்டிருக்கிறது.
Stalin is providing an inclusive governance and he is in fact achieved a lot in his 5-year tenure starting 2021.
தளபதி அவர்கள் சிறப்பான ஆட்சியை நடத்தி கொண்டிருக்கிறார்.
He has especially been working towards the upliftment of oppressed communities.
இன்னைக்கு மன மகிழ்ச்சியோடு
And he's been working towards the upliftment of women.
அவர்களுக்கு எந்தவித சிரமம் இல்லாமல் தங்களுடைய குடும்பங்களை வழிநடத்த செல்கின்ற அனைத்து உதவிகளையும் மாண்புமிகு முதலமைச்சர் தந்து
Women have got a lot of welfare schemes under the DMK and the women are in fact very happy with the DMK's governance. They are going to vote again for the DMK.
சட்டமன்ற வரலாற்றில் பேரறிஞர் அண்ணா எப்படி அனைத்து கட்சிகளையும் அரவணைப்போடு சட்டமன்றத்தில் நடுவினாரோ அதே போல தளபதி அவர்களும் சட்டமன்றத்தில்
Like how late Chief Minister C.N. Annadurai accommodated the opinions and views of all the political parties in Tamil Nadu Assembly. Today, Chief Minister M.K. Stalin is also following the same. He's been accommodating the views and opinions of all the political players in the Assembly.
இன்றைக்கு தமிழக மக்கள் அனைவரையும் கவர்ந்திருக்கிறது என்பதை நான் இந்த நல்ல நேரத்தை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்ள கடமைப்பட்டிருக்கிறேன். நடந்து முடிந்த நாடாளுமன்ற தேர்தலில்
His governance has in fact it's being appreciated by all sections of people from Tamil Nadu.
திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகத்திற்கு ஆதரவுகளும் தொடர்ந்து தந்து கொண்டிருக்கின்றார் என்பதையும் முதலமைச்சராக நம்முடைய தளபதி அவர்கள்
After the DMK's 5 years of successful tenure and because of all the achievements that the DMK has been able to establish under Stalin's rule, the people are continuously supporting the DMK and the people are all set to vote the DMK once again to power.
பல முயற்சிகள் எந்த சூழலில் எப்படி ஏற்பட்டாலும் அதை தடுத்து நிறுத்தி திராவிட இயக்கத்தை கட்டி காப்பதில் பேரறிஞர் அண்ணா கலைஞர் அவர்களுடைய வழியில் நின்று திராவிட சித்தாந்தத்தை காப்பாற்றுவதில் முன்னணி தலைவராக இன்றைக்கு தளபதி அவர்கள் திகழ்ந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறார்கள்.
CM Stalin has been very strongly following the footsteps of Kalaignar Karunanidhi and C.N. Annadurai, and he's been making sure that the Dravidian ideology is standing tall in Tamil Nadu. He's been in fact safeguarding the Dravidian principles and the Dravidian ideas in tough times.
அவர் பொதுச் செயலராக பொறுப்பேற்ற நாளிலிருந்து இன்று வரை தமிழகத்தை அண்ணா திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகத்தை அழிவு பாதைக்கு சென்று கொண்டிருக்கிறார் என்பதுதான் இன்றைக்கு அத்தனை அதிமுக தொண்டர்களும்.
But on the other hand, ever since Edappadi Palaniswamy took over as the General Secretary of ADMK, he's been taking ADMK towards the path of destruction. ADMK is heading towards the path of destruction under EPS.
தென் மாவட்டங்களில் எந்த ஒரு தலைவரும்
not able to see this, not able to see the ADMK heading towards destruction. I've now joined the DMK.
அனைத்து நிலைகளிலும் அவர்களை அழிப்பதில் முனைப்பு காட்டி வருகிறார் என்பதை நான் இந்த நல்ல நேரத்தில் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்ள கடமைப்பட்டிருக்கிறேன். திராவிட நான் முதலமைச்சராக பொறுப்பேற்றுக் கொண்ட பொழுது கலைஞர் அவர்கள் பாசத்தோடு பச்சை தமிழர் பன்னீர்செல்வம் என்று என்னை பாராட்டினார்கள் என்பது இந்த நல்ல நேரத்தில் நான் நன்றியோடு நினைவுகூர கடமைப்பட்டேன்.
When I took oath as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu once, Kalaignar Karunanidhi called me a proud Tamilian. He praised me with several words. He held me when I was taking oath as the Chief Minister once. I remember all those remarks made by Kalaignar Karunanidhi towards me in a positive manner as I joined the DMK today.
தமிழகத்தினுடைய முன்னேற்றத்திற்கும் ஒரு சிறந்த தலைசிறந்த இயக்கமாக திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகம் இன்றைக்கு விளங்கிக் கொண்டிருக்கிறது.
The DMK is the only political party that is right now capable of working for Tamil Nadu's growth. The DMK is the only political party that can bring about real development to Tamil Nadu, that can bring about real change in Tamil Nadu.
தெரிவித்துக் கொண்டு திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகத்தில்
And I once again want to thank Chief Minister Thalapathy M.K. Stalin for accommodating me in his party, for receiving me warmly into his party.
முழுமையாக பாட வேண்டும் என்று தெரிவித்தேன்.
I will work towards strengthening the DMK's in Tamil Nadu.
இன்னைக்கு திமுக சேர்ந்தது நீங்க எடுத்துக்கூடிய முடிவு நீங்களாக எடுத்த முடிவா இல்ல ஏதாவது அழுத்தத்தின் பேர்ல எடுத்த முடிவா?
ஏன் கோபமா பேசுறீங்க?
இந்த தேர்தல்ல நீங்க எடுத்த முடிவு நீங்களாக எடுத்த முடிவான்னு கேக்குறேன். நீங்கள் எடுத்த முடிவு நீங்களாக எடுத்த முடிவா இல்ல ஏதாவது அழுத்தத்தின் பேர்ல எடுத்த முடிவா? இதுக்கு உங்களோட பதில் என்ன?
இது நான் சுயமாக சிந்தித்து கடந்த காலங்களில் ஏற்பட்டுவிட்ட கசப்பான நிகழ்வுகளுக்கு முடிவு கட்ட வேண்டும். அரசியல் நாகரிகம் ஒரு கட்சியை தலைமை அனைவரையும் அரவணைத்து செல்கின்ற போக்கு அதிமுகவில் இல்லை.
There is no pressure, there is no manipulation. I have taken this decision out of my own will, and I have taken this decision to defeat the authoritarian attitude of Edappadi K. Palaniswamy under EPS. The ADMK is heading towards destruction, and he is expressing an arrogant authoritarian attitude. So I want to teach the right lesson to Edappadi K. Palaniswamy for all the wrong things that he has been doing. And it is also important to safeguard the Dravidian principles and the Dravidian ideas in tough times. And Chief Minister M.K. Stalin is the only person who is capable of safeguarding the Dravidian principles and the Dravidian ideas. I don't think anybody else can do it.
ஒன்னா கேளுங்க, சொல்றேன். எல்லா கேள்விக்கும் நான் பதில் சொல்றேன். எல்லா சகோதரி கேட்கிறாங்க சொல்லிடுறேன். வரும் சட்டமன்ற தேர்தலில் தளபதி அவர்கள் வாய்ப்பு தந்தால் உறுதியாக போட்டியிடுவார்.
In case of I'm given a seat by the DMK in the upcoming assembly elections, I will definitely contest and I will try to win the elections. But that depends on the Chief Minister. If Thalapathy M.K. Stalin is giving me an opportunity to contest from any of the assembly constituencies, I will definitely contest.
கேட்ட கேள்விக்கு பதில் சொல்லும்போது கிராஸ்ல ஓடுறாங்க. ஒரு பொறுப்பான இயக்கத்தை நடத்தி கொண்டிருப்பவர்கள் கட்சியிலும் சரி ஆட்சியிலும் சரி அனைத்து தரப்பட்ட மக்களும் பாராட்டப்பட வேண்டும். எந்தவித பாகுபாடு இல்லாமல் கட்சியை நடத்த வேண்டும், எந்தவித பாகுபாடும் இல்லாமல் ஆட்சியும் நடத்த வேண்டும். அந்த வகையில் இன்றைக்கு சிறந்த முதலமைச்சராக நமது தளபதி விளங்கிக் கொண்டிருக்கிறார்.
திட்டங்களையும் எல்லா சாதனைகளையும் treat everybody equally, whether in politics or whether in governance, and the Chief Minister has been doing that job perfectly. He's been treating everybody equally and he's not been discriminating against anybody. He's making sure that there is a level playing field for everyone, and that is what a good leader will do.
பொறுமையாக இருந்து எல்லா அம்சங்களையும் சிந்தித்து பார்த்து தான் நான் இந்த முடிவை எடுத்திருக்கிறேன். இது தலைசிறந்த முடிவு என்று இன்றைக்கு காலையில் 5 மணியிலிருந்து
I've taken a really long time to process my thoughts, and I've taken this decision
முடிவை சரியான இடத்திற்கு சென்று
only after giving it a deep thought. All my supporters, they've been hailing me for this decision. They told me that I've taken the right decision, and they've told me that this would be the right thing for me to do for my political future and for the interests of my supporters. They think this is the right thing to do.
நான் யார் நல்லது செய்தாலும் அவர் பாராட்டுகிற மனம் படைத்தவன் நான். அதற்காக எதிர்கட்சியில் இருந்தாலும் காரணமே இல்லாமல் நான் வசப்பட மாட்டேன். தளபதி அவருடைய கட்சியை நடத்துகின்ற பாங்கு ஆட்சியை நடத்துகின்ற பாங்கம் இன்னைக்கு அனைத்து மக்களாலும் பாராட்டப்படுகிறது. குறிப்பாக தமிழகத்துடைய தாய்மார்.
I am somebody that I'll highlight good that is being done by Mr. Stalin at all points in time. Even when I was in the opposition, even when I was an opposition leader, I always highlighted the good that is being done by the DMK government. So that is my nature, and I feel that the Chief Minister, Mr. M.K. Stalin, he has been really providing a great governance to the people of Tamil Nadu, and he's been trying to ease the lives of the people of Tamil Nadu with various welfare schemes and special projects. I will 100% support all the decisions taken by Chief Minister M.K. Stalin. Henceforth, I am part of the DMK, and as my leader, I will support all the decisions and all the stances that my Chief Minister takes in the coming days. I will give my 100% support to all that.
அதிமுக எதிர்காலமே இனி இல்லை.
There is no future for ADMK. ADMK is futureless. ADMK is heading towards the path of destruction, and ADMK holds no future. That party will have no future because it is heading towards a path of destruction.
வைத்தியம் தான் பொழுதுக்கு சிரிச்சுக்கிட்டே இருப்பாங்க. நான் வைத்தியம்
விலகி வந்திருந்தீங்க. அதுபடி நீங்க
மனமகிழ்ச்சியோடு நான் இன்றைக்கு இணைந்திருக்கிறேன்.
தேனி மாவட்டத்தில் உங்களுக்கு நேர் எதிராக இருந்தவர்
So O Pannirselvam is now officially in the DMK. He has joined the DMK, and he also heaped praises on Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, saying that he has introduced multiple welfare schemes for the people of Tamil Nadu. He in fact also went on to say that even when he was in the AIADMK, he has acknowledged the work that Stalin has done, and he also hit out at EPS, going on to say that he was behaving in an authoritarian manner, which is why he decided to switch over to the DMK. My colleague Dharini has been getting us all these updates and joins us live. So Dharini, it's now official. O Pannirselvam is part of the DMK and heaping praises on the Chief Minister while hitting out at EPS.
Well, throughout this press conference, one interesting thing to note is that OPS kept calling Chief Minister M.K. Stalin as Talapati, and he says that he has formally joined the DMK today, and henceforth he will be abiding by all the decisions taken by Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, and he will be supporting Chief Minister M.K. Stalin in all his political decisions, is what OPS says. And he's also hitting out at the present General Secretary of ADMK, that is Edappadi K. Palaniswamy. He says that EPS is very arrogant, and he's expressing an authoritarian attitude, and EPS is in fact taking the ADMK towards the path of destruction, is what OPS says. So he's also taking this opportunity to hit out at Edappadi K. Palaniswamy. He calls EPS authoritarian, he calls EPS arrogant, and he says that the ADMK has no future under Edappadi K. Palaniswamy because EPS is taking ADMK towards a path of destruction, is what OPS is telling at this point. So definitely a lot of strong remarks coming in from him. On one hand, he's heaping praises on Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, and on the other hand, he's hitting out at ADMK General Secretary Edappadi K. Palaniswamy. And it is also important to note that OPS has made it very clear that he has not taken this decision out of any pressure. He has not taken this decision out of any pressure or out of any manipulation. This was a decision that came out of his own will. He gave a very deep thought to this idea before making up his mind, and only after giving it a deep thought he has now come up with this decision, and there is no pressure behind this decision of his, is what OPS has to say. So this is a very, very important statement coming in from him, because there is also one section of people from Tamil Nadu who believe that OPS has made this decision to to join the DMK today out of pressure, that he has succumbed to some sort of a pressure, and that is why he has joined DMK. But now OPS is calling these claims false. OPS is in fact rubbishing these claims, and he says that he was not under any pressure. He was not, in fact, manipulated by anybody. He was not pressured by anybody. This decision has come out of his free will, is what he is clarifying at this point. So that is also something that he's cleared the air on. So we are in fact showing you live visuals of OPS, leaving the DMK headquarters. He is right now exiting the DMK headquarters over there, and he is in fact exited the DMK headquarters after addressing the media here. So he has given a very simple justification. He says that ADMK is not how it ADMK now is not how it used to be. The present ADMK is not as strong as it used to be under the leadership of J. Jayalalitha and MGR. Edappadi Palaniswamy is not an able leader. He is in fact taking the ADMK towards a path of destruction, and he is very arrogant and he is authoritarian. And for all these reasons, he has now decided to join the DMK, is what he has told, and he is going to take on Edappadi Palaniswamy after his inclusion in DMK. That is what he is making it very clear.
Okay, so the DMK hopes that his induction into the party could reap political benefits ahead of the assembly elections. Let's see how the people view it. Do they view it as a betrayal, as the BJP has called it, or is it actually going to boost the DMK? Dharini, thank you for joining us with all those details. Quick break now. We'll be right back.